All right, everybody. Let's see. Looks like we are good to go. Welcome back to another live edition of Guns and Gadgets. Let me get... looks like I just destroyed the Facebook side, so give me a second, everybody on Facebook. But what we're going to talk about here is where we stand at the moment on HR 38. It is and will be possible, very well could be determined this week of what happens, where we go, and there are some things that we all should do right now in order to correct something that was done on late Friday, early Saturday. If you haven't watched any of my videos, please check them out because I believe they will get you all the information you need, obviously, but for some reason they're hoping that we're not paying attention. The people in the Judiciary Committee are hoping that the sheep are not paying attention to what's going on, and we're going to discuss that real quick. This is not going to be an extraordinary long live stream, but just something to get everybody on the same page so that we are all aware of what's going on, and hopefully we all take the same course of action to help move things along the way they should be. All right, so HR 38, the National Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act of 2017, was originally on the table because of the shooting that happened in Vegas, was pulled off the table, and then really quietly this past 10 days it was put back out and voted on this past week in the Judiciary Committee, and they moved it out. They made it out of committee with one caveat that not a lot of people knew about. If you weren't really paying attention, if you didn't watch the hours-long, extremely boring live stream of the committee itself when they did the markup, they took HR 38, they tried to attach all kinds of stupid amendments to it, but they combined it with the Fix NICS Act, and that's where it stands right now. It's one lumped bill together. They are together. So as someone votes on HR 38, it's also going to vote for Fix NICS. Now there's a course of action we can take, and I'm going to tell everybody, obviously that's why we're here, but not doing anything right now is the wrong thing to do, okay? A couple people have pointed out some videos that were made in the last day or so, you know, not really calling us out, those who were telling everybody to call, but questioning some of the information and where we got it and where I got it. And those of you who are on my channel, you know where I got mine. I read you an email from Congressman Massey, who's the chairman of the Second Amendment Committee and Caucus, I think it's called. But, you know, his alert, I read it word for word. And I believe if he's telling us that we need to pay attention to something, you know what? We need to pay attention to something. Because he has more information than I do. He has more information than most people do. So I tend to believe him. Until he proves me wrong, until some information that comes down from him is bogus, I'm rolling with it. So if you don't like that, my apologies. I'll continue to do that. That's part of being a watchdog and calling these people out, is you got to try to get the information as it's coming down, and who better than somebody who's in the fight in D.C. So HR 38 is combined with the Fix NICS Act, and the Fix NICS Act on paper, okay, on paper, looks like it's just going to hold states accountable. How are they going to do that? They're going to throw money at them. They're going to take your tax money, my tax money, and they're going to throw it at the states so that they do what they're supposed to do and report the information they're supposed to. However, what it also is going to do is going to push the same issue. If you remember, about 2 years ago, I did a bunch of videos. Excuse me. I did a bunch of videos on how the Social Security Administration was stopping people who used help to file their own, like pay their own bills. If they had somebody helping them in any way, the SSA, Social Security Administration, like took away their Second Amendment rights. Not saying that the person was indigent, but that because they had trouble with numbers or paying bills, they had their rights taken away. Okay. Also, if you remember what the Obama administration did with the VA was saying that people, because of whatever reason, shouldn't have their Second Amendment right. Without any due process, these two alphabet agencies, for lack of a better term, submitted names to the NICS system, and sometimes they just were in cahoots with licensing divisions just to stop people from getting the gun. And it's not how it's supposed to be, okay? So this is still going to force those. In fact, if you read I don't have the bill up at the moment because I was kind of rushing to get on here. I set the time for 7, and I looked at my watch and it was like 6:58 when I sat down. So I'll get it up on the screen. But it is looking to have the administrative agencies still report names. And that's not what this is supposed to be for, okay? We're not supposed to be looking for reasons to ban people, okay? It's our right. It's your God-given, it's an unalienable right. It can't be taken away unless due process takes place. And that's through a court, okay? A judge, a jury of your peers. That's how it works. So, yeah, is it broken? Can it be fixed? Yeah, it can be tweaked because there are, tens of thousands of people every year who get denied wrongly and unjustly. But should we use this system to basically bring back the Brady Bill type restrictions? And no, I don't believe so. Not everybody has to believe my way, but that's what I believe, and that's the way I see it. So, yeah, Pete, it's officially combined, man. They did it when it came out of the committee. So when we all watched that stupid, long, boring video, it is combined. Let me see if I can pull up the bill so I can put it on the screen for you, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So it is combined, and it's because of that. That's why I'm coming live. All right, we have to contact our reps. I know a couple of the channels here, myself and whatever, Yankee Marshall, and there's a few of us that are pushing this. You have to do it. You can't depend on me to do it. You can't depend on Hickok45 to do it. You can't depend on your neighbor to do it. I need every single person across the country who's a gun owner to stop making phone calls and texts and tweets and emails and pen a letter. Well, pen a letter is not going to get there fast enough because it's being voted on, can possibly be voted on Tuesday. It's on the docket for Tuesday. We need to take this bull by the horns, okay? It's coming up fast. And if we do not do our due diligence, they're going to ram stuff down our throats because, we're sheeple. That's what they believe. So what do I need you to do? Okay, in the description on the YouTube side, I apologize, Facebook. I didn't have time to get everything cross-posted. But if you click over to my YouTube, even if after this is over, in the description I have a couple links. One of the links is on the NRA ILA page, and you click on it and you fill in the blank fields, and it will email every one of your representatives based off of your email or your address, your zip, and all that stuff. It'll pull up your reps automatically. It'll come up with the for lack of a better term, a cookie cutter blurb of what message we want sent. I would implore you to at least change the the subject line. Change that. Because if they get, if 20,000 people email them and 20,000 emails have the same subject line, it's going in the spam folder and they're not going to see it. Or they're just going to do a mass delete. Government officials mass deleting, right? We didn't hear that lately. Hillary. But at least make the effort to change the subject line, all right? And then tweak the body, It doesn't bode well if we all just spam the same information. We need to have them know that we're on to them, all right? So everybody should word something slightly different and get the information off. Now, that's on the NRA ILA site. They have it already been up. It's been up for a day. So we'll use that. Use that system. It's set up. It's instant. And you get verification that it was sent. Or if you really hate the NRA right now, I got the same thing on the GO is doing it too. And let me see if I can pull up this screen share here. Give me one sec, guys. All right, so this is, let me see. Trying to pull up the NRI ILA thing that we want to look at here. It's kind of slow at the moment. Alright. So give me a second. I'll pull it up. But the link's in the description. And the GOA, the Gun Owners of America, is doing the same thing. The body of their message is slightly different. Again, use it. It's a fantastic tool. Both of these agencies have done all the legwork for us and getting all the names and numbers and figuring it out just by where you live. Use the tool to our advantage. Send the messages off. Send it tonight. All right. Send it now. Send it tonight. Send it tomorrow morning. Send it tomorrow afternoon. Change the wording so that they actually make it, to their office. It's not gonna make it to their desk. Obviously, they got screeners for that stuff. But we have to do this. All right. It sounds silly that we have to go through this all the time to get these people who work for us, they're on our payroll, to get them to do the right thing. But unfortunately, it's the way it is, because obviously the powers that be don't want this to happen. All right. What they did was they're attaching something that they really, really want, which is the fixed NICS. Okay. And how do you know that they really, really want it? Because the bill was submitted on the Senate side. The bill was submitted by a Democrat, and then it was pulled. And then 2 weeks later, it was submitted by a Republican, worded exactly with one minor change. And then everybody got on it. Republicans and Democrats are going for this gun control. And all like the Draculas of gun control are going for this. Feinstein and Schumer, all these buttholes are coming out of the woodwork to try to get this approved. And why do you think that is? Because it's going to fix NICS? No, because it's gun control. And believe me, that this goes through, they're going to abuse it. I mean, what have they done so far that they haven't abused? It's crazy. So don't fall for the bullshit. All right, get on them. Let them know that we want these two bills separate again. All right, we need to have them decoupled. Vote on H.R. 38. Vote on fixed NICS. There's been a couple different versions of it. There's one in the Senate, one in the House. Actually, there's two versions in the House. But we need to have them looked at individually. Pass H.R. 38 in and of itself on its own merit. Then if you want to deal with NICS, they can talk about it, use the judicial process, and add amendments and all that stuff. Like they were trying to do with H.R. 38. They wanted to, if you watch the markup, they wanted to add all kinds of amendments so they could tweak it and make it, better for some of these slave states and worse for some of the free states and stuff like that. All right, and if we don't force them to do that or jump on them, we're going to get railroaded, okay? So the way the bill works, if you're not familiar with it, we're dealing with the House version right now. It has to pass the House, then it would go to the Senate. And the Senate's going to do their whole version of marking it up. And then their version gets voted on their side, and it goes to conference, and the House says, I don't like this version of yours, we want to do this. The Senate says, I don't like this version of yours, we're going to do this. And they make it so everybody they get all their pork barrel stuff in there. Everybody's got their own little tweaks and all their BS, crooked stuff thrown in. And then it goes to a vote, and then it goes to the president's desk. Now, Trump's administration better have our backs on this, okay? He ran off of, the Second Amendment now has an ally in the White House. And the last 8 years of attacks on your Second Amendment rights is over. Well, we'll see. He better jump on this. His administration better inform him of what's going on if they haven't already. My hope is that they have, but they got some other stuff going on right now that, really, not a lot of people, the country really doesn't care about gun rights, gun owners, because we've been the silent majority for so long. They don't even think we vote. A lot of times we don't. That's why I keep saying, we need to get off our hinds and start calling these people. Let them know we breathe. Let them know we're here, we exist, and we're going to vote their asses out should they do us wrong. Okay? So the links are there. Use them. Use both. Use the NRA one. I don't care if you hate the NRA right now for their stance on the bump stocks. Use their tool. A lot of money went to go into building it. Use the friggin' tool to our advantage. Send the emails to your reps, your senators. Just do it. All right? And then I would say do the same thing on the GOA's version as well. Click the link, save the link, whatever. Maybe use that one tomorrow morning. Change the verbiage slightly so they're not just getting lambasted with, hey, I have $200 million in a bank account from a settlement, and I need you to cash it, and we'll give you $50 million. All right? We all know those emails. We've all gotten them before. So they don't want to be spammed. Get it done. Get your friends to do it. Get your family to do it. Before you fill out these links, because it saves the cookies. Before you fill these links out, spread them to everybody. Give it to your mom, your wife, your sister, your boyfriend, your cousin, your uncle, anybody that has a voice, anybody who is a gun owner, a shooter, collector, hunter, sportsman, whatever. Send it to them. Get them to fill this stuff out. Even if it's people that you think should be doing it on their own, they probably already say, like, you know, Jared's probably already done that. Send it to those type of people anyway. You know, if they say you have done this, fantastic. Give them an attaboy. Thank you for being part of the team. But if not, maybe you showed them something they weren't aware of. So let's do it. Spread it like wildfire. So HR 38, we need it to be decoupled. And we have like 2 days to do it because they're taking it up. I think it was 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. On Tuesday is when it's on the docket in the House. And it has enough votes to pass the House, everybody. Make no mistake about it. It has the votes to pass the House. It's going to go to the Senate. That's what the dangerous part is. Because the Senate's going to do their thing. And there are Republicans who want this Fix Nix thing to go through. And like Congressman Massey said in his letter to us, I fear the same thing. I fear that in the conference, when they go back and forth to make the bill, you know, amendable to both sides, I have a feeling, and I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that they're going to drop HR 38 because the Senate didn't put those two together. You know, it's just paired up together in the... Looks like they just shut me off. No, all right, I'm back. Looks like because the House put the two together, that's what's going to the Senate once it passes the floor. Okay, and then the Senate's got two versions that have each one individual. The HR 38 version of the Senate, I think it's S446. I think it is, but it's the Constitutional Carry Reciprocity Act of 2017. And I have a feeling it's going to get dropped, so that the end result would be, here's Fix Nix, you know, eat it, take it, force it, swallow it, love it, you own it now. And then Reciprocity is going to go on the back burner. I hope to the Lord I'm wrong, but we've seen it happen before. So how can we prevent that? Make those calls, make those emails, make those texts, go on their websites. Just be a thorn in their side, but do it correctly. Be respectful. Tell them you want your rights protected. Don't be all boastful like, hey, you work for me, jerky, and too freaking bad. That's not going to get us anywhere. Okay, we need to do it respectfully. So please, I implore you all, jump on that. One other thing I wanted to mention about HR 38, and let me see if I can get that on the screen here, is not only are we the people for this, there are a lot of very important people in each individual state that want it as well. Attorney generals. They're the highest elected law enforcement official for their respective states. I'm going to put up a letter on the screen here of a letter that was penned Friday. If I can get this bad boy here. I was penned on Friday by Joshua Hawley, who is the Attorney General for Missouri. And if I can get this freaking thing to work with me here, stand by one. He penned this letter, and 23 other attorneys general put their name to this. So 24 AGs came out and said, we want this passed, and we want it passed now. That's really, really good. That's almost half the country. Okay, there is a group of, I want to say it was like 16 or 17, maybe not that high, but there were some from the slave states, my stupid AG included, Maura Healey. They said, we have to stop this. Why would we give these people their constitutional right? How can we be progressives and run their lives if we give them rights? So that's something I'm paraphrasing. You know, they wouldn't come out and show you their real thing. Let me get this window capture going here. All right, okay. I'm trying to get this so I can put it up for you guys. Give me one sec. Safari. Here it is. Boom. Okay. Alrighty. And fit the screen. Alright, I'm going to put up on screen. Sorry, Facebook going to the YouTube. That's just how this thing works. My apologies. Click over if you want to see it. It is going to screen now live. So this is the letter, and it's sent to Mitch McConnell. It's sent to Chuck Schumer. It's sent to Paul Ryan. And Nancy Pelosi. An ass nut. But the subject is Constitutional Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act of 2017, S446, and Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act of 2017, HR 38. And it goes into, I think it's like 2 or 3 pages of what these states want. You know, is they want the Second Amendment to be respected. They go into the Heller case. They go into Peruta versus California, which the Supreme Court didn't have the balls to take up. They go into other cases, and they basically are saying this should pass. This should absolutely pass. States should not be able to deny citizens from other states the basic constitutional right to self-defense, which is huge, the way it's written. So it's also signed, well, obviously by A.G. Hawley, H-A-W-L-E-Y, Hawley, from Missouri. Also from I'm just going to give you the states: Arizona, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Montana, Georgia, Nebraska, Idaho, Nevada, Indiana, North Dakota, Kansas, Ohio, Louisiana, South Carolina, Michigan, and South Dakota. If you live in those states, you should... Oh, I'm sorry, there's more. But wait, there's more! Texas, Wisconsin, Utah, Wyoming, and West Virginia. And that's it. So if you live in those states, please get on the horn, call the AG's office, go to their webpage for your state, send them an email, and thank them for going out, putting their name on paper, putting their neck on the line the way the country is right now, and demanding that these frickin' cowards in Congress honor and respect our God-given rights. Okay? You need to do that, because if they don't get a little, hey, thank you, standing for us, then sometimes they don't do it, and we need them to do it. All right, so let me jump on, see if my other link will work now that I got this rolling up. All right, so since we're on the subject, I wanted to show you something else that I came across here, and I think this will help. Great Road Firearms. Thank you, Pete. Awesome donation to the channel of $100. Thank you so much. It is because of your help and others like you here on the live stream donations and on Patreon that I'm able to do what I do with the vigor that I do it with, and have, I guess, the traction that we're starting to get. I have heard from people across the country that I didn't even knew who I was, and people in politics. We'll put it like that. We'll leave it like that for now. So, by everybody forwarding our stuff, the videos I do, it gets to people who I maybe talk about in the videos, call out, because they should be called out. Make no mistake. If they violate rights, they should be more than called out. But we're starting to get some traction, and people are taking notice. So I owe that to you, and I thank you, and your donations help me in that area. Okay, we all know the story. If you've been here, I got 4 kids, and I can barely rub 2 nickels together. So this is a part-time thing I'm doing for the love of the game. This is not my job. I have a full-time job. So sometimes this puts a little pressure on everything, and you guys are making, and gals are making it easier. So thank you very much. All right. You want to see who signed from Louisiana? All right. Let me see if I can put that up here for you. The letter, I'll put it up again if it's still here. Boom. Okay. Because somebody said they wanted to see who signed from Louisiana. Here we go. These are the attorneys general. Jeff Landry is the AG from Louisiana, my old home state, where I lived for 3 years. So if you want to see, I'll just roll down these autographs. So there you go. You got Missouri, Arizona, Alabama, Arkansas. The states I just mentioned, you can see the actual names. So if you live in one of these states and don't know who your AG is, all you got to do is like Google it and just say Attorney General for Florida, and it's going to come up with Pamela Jo Bondi. Attorney General for Nevada is going to come up with Adam Paul Lexalt. And these people should be thanked. Let them know that you noticed what they did and you appreciate them holding true to their oath of office and upholding and protecting the Constitution of the United States of America. So, thank you for putting the channel out. Thank you for spreading the news. Those of you who have joined us within the last week because you're taking up on the challenge I put out to kind of stick it to YouTube, thank you. And the challenge, for those who are watching and might not know it, YouTube is trying to kill the Second Amendment channels. That's nothing new. It's well advertised. It's well spoken about. But our other option, VidMe, is dead. YouTube has successfully put them out of business as of December 15th. They're done. So I came up with a challenge for everybody watching to subscribe to this channel. Why? Obviously, we'd like to have more numbers so that we have more traction and more people see us. But 100,000 subscribers on YouTube's platform, they have to send one of those silver play button things. And it forces them to recognize the legitimacy of the channel. So what way to kind of screw it or stick it to the man that wants us done, stick it to the progressives, than to force them to acknowledge that the channel that they hate so much, that spews all this truth about people that they back, to actually have them say, you know what, yeah, all right, you're legit, and we have to recognize you even though we hate you. So I would love for that to happen, and I need your help. So 100,000 subscribers is the challenge. We're getting close to 35,000. It's a long way to go, but we're more than a third of the way there. So please continue to help. Let your friends, your families, if you're on Facebook groups, send them the link. It's pretty easy. It's YouTube, right under my channel, actually right under what we're doing right now, it says share. You can just click that and copy that link and send it out, please. And thank you. We've had a couple hundred subscribers in the last couple days, and it's been nice making some conversations with new people and responding to some emails, and I appreciate everything that everybody's doing to help with that endeavor. So with that said, Alabama, well, let me put it on screen because it's probably going to be easier. Sorry, Facebook. But it's probably going to be easier to show you this. And again, it's on the NRA ILA website, which is a great website for anybody who's new to this to get some information and some background on stuff. So these are states that already have guarantees of rights to bear arms in their state constitution. So yes, we all have the right in this, the Second Amendment in the U.S. Constitution, but these states already have the same right in their own state constitution. So you have dual rights, and some of the states, like mine, Massachusetts, that right was given or recognized. Sorry, that right was recognized in my state even before the U.S. Constitution's Second Amendment was written. And they're almost identical because they're written by the same guy, John Adams. But here's a list. Alabama has it in their Constitution. It's Article 1, Section 26, and that was written in 1819. Arizona, it's in the Arizona Constitution, Article 2, Section 26, written in 1912. Arkansas, the Arkansas State Constitution, Article 2, Section 5, penned in 1868, but there were previous versions in 1864, 61, and 1836, so they've tweaked it. And it says now, the citizens of this state shall have the right to keep and bear arms for the common defense, their common defense. So it even says to the individual. So that's, I like the way they tweak that. California, unfortunately, has no right to keep and bear arms, as everybody knows. And Californians, I feel for you. But hopefully things are going to be done right shortly. Colorado, that is the Colorado Constitution, Article 2, Section 13, penned in 1876. Connecticut, Article 1 of the Connecticut Constitution, Section 15, penned in 1818. Delaware, Article 1, Section 20, penned in 1987. Really, Delaware has been around a lot longer than that, but their Second Amendment was secured state level in 1987. That's a couple states are like that. They waited for a long time to actually put something in writing. Florida, and there's all kinds of tweaks to the Florida one. It's Article 1, Section 8. 1990 is the current version, but there were previous ones in 1838, 1868, 1885, and 1968. Georgia, it's Article 1, Section 1, Paragraph 8. 1982 is the current version. Hawaii, as much as they hate to admit it, as much as they frickin' hate us because we hate Obama, they have one on the Hawaii Constitution, Article 1, Section 17, 1978, says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Sound familiar? Idaho, Article 1, Section 11, 1978. Illinois, Indiana, you can see all these here. Iowa does not have a right to keep and bear arms provision, which I didn't know. Iowa. Kansas has one. It was updated in 2010. I'm assuming that's for their constitutional carry stuff. But Kentucky, Section 1 of their Constitution. Louisiana, Maine, and we all know Maine is constitutional carry now, but their state constitution recognized it since 1819 and was updated in 1987. Maryland has nothing. That's why we were hoping and praying that Colby versus Maryland was going to be taken by the Supreme Court, because it was about as open and closed slam dunk as you can get. But sackless, the SCOTUS is. SCOTUS is sackless for the SCROTUS, I guess. SCOTUS and the SCROTUS. Massachusetts, this state, the cradle of liberty, where it all began. It is part of our Constitution from 1780. 1780, okay? They don't want you to know that. If you live in Massachusetts, they don't want you to know that. You have the right. All right, and because I live here, I'm going to say this one out. The people have a right to keep and bear arms for the common defense. And as, in time of peace, armies are dangerous to liberty, they ought not to be maintained without the consent of the legislature, and the military power shall always be held in an exact subordination to the civil authority and be governed by it. Okay, it says we have the right for the common defense. Doesn't say it has to be wartime. Doesn't say anything other than we have the right to keep and bear arms. Okay, Michigan has one. Minnesota does not. Again, I was surprised to see that. Minnesota does not have a right to keep and bear arms provision in their constitution, state constitution. Mississippi does. Missouri does. Montana does. Nebraska does. Nevada, New Hampshire. New Jersey does not. We all know that one. Unfortunately, again, there are lawsuits that can help change that. Unfortunately, it just sucks that we have to wait for a lawsuit, right? You're violating a right, a constitutional right, but we have to wait for a judge panel to kick you in the ass. Makes no sense. New Mexico does. New York does not. Shocker. North Carolina does. North Dakota does. Ohio does. Oklahoma does. Oregon does. Pennsylvania does. Rhode Island does. South Carolina, South Dakota, and Tennessee. Texas. We already know it's Texas. Utah. Vermont. Vermont has never, ever, since the inception of the state, penned anything in violation or restricting the Second Amendment. And like, as far as like liberal craziness, they're right up there with Massachusetts. I mean, Bernie Sanders, enough said. But they have always had the backs to the Second Amendment. Although they're trying some shady shit in that state right now. Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming all do. Now, like we said, California, Iowa, Maryland, Minnesota, New Jersey, and New York do not have the right to keep and bear arms in their state constitution. But two of them have provisions that protect a right to defend life and liberty. Iowa and New Jersey. New Jersey. Bet you didn't know that if you're not from New Jersey. If you do live there, you probably did. But the New Jersey Constitution says all persons are by nature free and independent and have certain natural and unalienable rights, among which are those of enjoying and defending life and liberty. Defending life and liberty. Keep and bear arms. Life and liberty of acquiring, possessing, and protecting property, and of pursuing and obtaining safety and happiness. That is just a happy rainbows and unicorns way of saying the Second Amendment. It's there. Okay? It just doesn't say keep and bear arms. In Iowa, too, the version they have adopted, the provision that's in their Constitution says all men and women are, by nature, free and equal. Sounds kind of similar, right, to the one we just read. And have certain inalienable rights, among which are those of enjoying and defending life and liberty. Acquiring, possessing, and protecting property. And pursuing and obtaining safety and happiness. Wow. It's there. use it. You can use that information to your advantage in those states. All right, let me go back here on YouTube so you can see my ugly mug again. It's, again, hopping on it. It's imperative you contact your U.S. congressmen, your U.S. representatives, your U.S. senators. It's imperative right now. Just hammer them with truth. Don't go away. Don't give up. We never, ever, ever can give up. The second we give up, we're going to get friggin' railroaded, and you know it. So let's do our part to stop it. Let me see real quick here if I can switch over. All right, so I am going to, how long have we been on? 27 minutes. Okay, not bad. I'm going to do a quick little chat. We'll take some comments and questions if I can get to them all. Like, I know I can't get to all of them because they go by 100 miles an hour. So if I'm not ignoring you if I don't see it. So please know that. Those of you who are new to these live streams, I haven't been doing it long, and I don't look as fast as they whip by. So please, you know, bear with me. I also want to say thank you. He may be watching at the moment. Jay McMahon, again, thank you, sir. He is our savior candidate here in Massachusetts to usurp the Queen Majesty Maura Healey from the Attorney General position. He came down. He asked to come speak to my gun club. He reached out to me and said, I would like to come talk. Can you get me there? So I was like, yeah, no brainer. Thank you. So those of you who came, Pete, I know you're here. Thank you for coming. Thanks for hearing Jay out. I hope this guy gets the people backing him and the financial backing he's going to need to run against this this serpent we have right now. So, all right, so let's go. Let me zip all the way back to the top and take a peek here. Dave Foley says, President Trump won't let us down. Things are happening we don't see, but we the people will get the country back. I absolutely hope so, man. I really, really do. But remember, this bill, H.R. 38, it's come up for vote 3 times. 3 times. And yeah, I'm going to say it, even though I probably shouldn't. The first time was a shooting. The second time was a shooting. I hope and pray that we don't have another distraction this week. Okay? Stay focused. Make the calls. Make the emails. Get on their Facebook. Get on their Twitter. Let your congressmen and women know, your senators know what you want. It's imperative, everybody. And I did another video a couple days ago on the same topic, and I got a lot of feedback from some people that I know who work with congressmen and stuff like that. So it's working, okay? We are getting noticed. So don't give up, please, all right? Please do it. Let me come over here to the Facebook side. I hope you guys can't see me scrolling on the screen. It must look stupid if you can, but I'm trying to acknowledge everybody. I'm happy you guys and gals are here. Really, I don't do this without you, and I just screwed something up. There we go. Stupid fat fingers. All right. Do you think HR? This is from. Is it Alcides Perez? Do you think HR 38 passes and 4477 doesn't? HR 38 is passing the House. It's going to make it through the House. It has the votes. The Senate is a different story. But as far as, you mean, if they're going to be separated, you know, decoupled, I don't know. It can happen. Like Congressman Massey said in his letter, it can happen, but if we stand by and let them do it, it ain't going to happen. You know, they're not going to do it. Believe me, they're not going to do anything. The entrenched clowns that are in Congress, all right, the establishment, they're not going to go out of their way to help us, the little people. They're going to do whatever they have to do to help them. So coupling this, putting them together, helps them. And there's a reason they want Fix NICS to get through. Which, if you haven't seen the other video, Fix NICS is the fastest ever to go through the House Judiciary Committee. Fastest ever. That says a lot. Okay, considering how long bills take, it's supposed to take a long time so that people can debate it. It's designed to take a long time so you can think and put things in there to make it better. This was, I mean, it was rammed through before the text got on the website. Before it got on email systems and stuff like that. Before it could even be typed into the system, it was passed through the committee. That says, I mean, you have to watch stuff like that when that happens. That's dangerous. Let's see. I shared the video on all my subs on YouTube. Ed McClure, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Everybody for putting this stuff out and helping me get the word out. Thank you so much. It means a lot. The more that see us, the more that listen to us. And we are a team, and we have to stay that team because that's the only way we win. So it looks like it's lagging over on YouTube. How's it, Liz? How's it going on Facebook? Give me some thumbs up if we're not lagging. Wouldn't surprise me if they stopped the stream again. They've done that to me. Rich Tibbetts lagging. Sorry, man. All right, a lot of thumbs up on Facebook. LSM Militia. Good to see you, my man. We'll chat shortly. Let's see, Dave Jordan. Great job. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. I don't do this. I don't do any of this without you guys and gals. Big Steve Franklin, what's up, buddy? The Tiberius is watching. What's up, my friend? All right, good. Yes. So. Calls, as far as like, you can call now. You're gonna get an answering machine, but leave the message. Do it. You know, email them now. Get on their webpage, the Twitter. Believe me when I tell you, and comes from me sitting with congressmen at the federal level and even state reps and senators. They all live on their cell phone like we do. They get a tweet, they check it. Whether they're on the floor ready for a vote or what, they're looking at their Facebook, they're looking at their Twitter, their Instagram. So hit them on it now, because they'll look at it. Believe me when I tell you, they will look at that before they look at a bill and read what's in it, right, Elizabeth Warren? You ass clown. Let's see. There's a snake on my desk. This is the shirt that I make on my Spreadshirt store. I buy my own stuff. I don't get anything for free. And this is the first time I'm wearing it today. This is the premium tee. And I like it. I'm obviously not trying. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to peddle my own stuff, but I'm wearing it. It tells you a lot. I like it. It's comfortable. It's soft. And I was always worried about how the art would look. And it looks pretty good. So, if you want one of these, the link's in the description of all my videos. Check it out. My Spreadshirt shop. Say that 5 times fast. Let's see. Constantinos looks like he's hammering his reps in Connecticut. Good. Yeah, Bob Massacola. Funny that everything else streams flawlessly from YouTube except your live broadcasts. They keep freezing and lagging. No other one does it to me. And I even turned, like, my internet here is good. I did a speed test before I went on. I even turned down the bit rate so that it would not be lagging. But somehow my streams stop. Sometimes they're taken down. They're prevented from being live. Those are all little things that this channel has experienced in the last 2 weeks. Alright. Do a couple more before I spend the rest of the evening downstairs. Let's see. So, Ghost Tactical. What's up, bud? I didn't even see you there. My bad. Fix Nix is not a big deal. Nix is already on the books. Correct. It's just bureaucracy. Correct. It is to do studies on bump stocks. Yes. Let them do studies. We already know the answer. Correct. But what the problem is that it reinforces the Obama administration stuff of the Social Security Administration getting their nose in it and keeping Second Amendment rights away from people who it shouldn't. Or the VA doing the same thing they did when Obama was in office. All the little things that he did on his way out of the presidency. This is awarding them money for doing it, grant money. So this could be very, very, very dangerous. All right, let's see. Alright. A-hole says he loves me. Don't listen to Yankee. Alright, so let's you guys and gals don't mind, I'll take a couple more questions from each side and or address some comments. LC says, any word on how many co-sponsors HR 38 has? Can it pass the Senate? It can pass the Senate, but I think it's going to be a fight to do that. Let me pull up the current. Let me pull it up on the website and see how many co-sponsors it has as I'm typing this. Alright, it has 213 co-sponsors. So it hasn't changed. Let's see, the last time one was added was November 15th, so it hasn't changed. There are people who will sign off on it, will vote for it. They just didn't put their name on as a co-sponsor, and the opportunity is there. We'll see. We are really, really close to getting reciprocity. We really are. If we do our part, we can make it less, I guess, less of an issue as far as what else they're going to add in and jam down our throat. Robert, yes, it was coupled. Again, I've addressed this stuff. I'm just catching up on some of the comments. It was coupled coming out of the committee. If you watched the video, it was done when it came out. Then I think it was like the next day when the actual text came out. The bill is HR 38, and if you scroll down, I think it's like page 8, it says Title 2 is the fixed NICS. So it is one. Indiana, checking in. Pennsylvania. Rich says, put up the letter you got from Massey. Let's see if I can grab that real quick. It's on my computer downstairs. Let me see. I think he has something really, really similar that he actually put on his Facebook. So let me, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get it off his. Actually, I got my iPad right here looking at me, dumbass. Alright, Congressman Thomas Massey. And let me see. Let me try his website. I think he had it on there too, because I know Facebook actually took it down for a little while. Shocker, right? Land of the free and home of the frickin' brave. Let me see. Give me 1 second. See where his... Was it a press release? Nope. Maybe he only did it on his social. So give me 1 second. I'll pull it up on his social media. I know I get the letter downstairs. It's just a pain in the ass. But I read it live, right in the when I did the video yesterday. I was reading it live right from his the thing I had. Excuse me. I hope I'm not blocking Facebook, but I have to grab this. I have to authenticate my stuff. There it is. Sorry, guys and gals. Did I kill it? Alright. Still there? Give me a thumbs up if it's still there. I apologize. I do this it's not working now. Alright. Screw it. I'll have to pull it up on the next one. You would think he would have it. If you go on his Facebook, it's just do a search on Facebook, Congressman Thomas Massey, M-A-S-S-I-E. It's like the second... Let me pull it up right here. It's like the second thing on his page. He posted it yesterday at 1:13 p.m. and it's going to look stupid showing a screen to a screen, but it is still there. He tells you right there how dangerous the fixed NICS is by putting it through this way. And I believe him because he's one of us as far as the Second Amendment caucus, and he's the chairman of that, and he's been a voice for the Second Amendment for a long time. So he says it sucks. Other people I've talked to say it has potential to be bad. I believe that. So my apologies for this setup. Like I said, I kind of came in at the last minute in the room here and didn't get everything pre-set up. It was kind of like a hurry up and get on, let's get the word out. Alright, let's see. Hey Chris, what's up, buddy? Alright, so I'm kind of winding down. I don't want to keep these things on forever because people get bored and then they don't watch the rebroadcast and then they yell at me because the freaking live stream was long. So if you're one of those, my apologies, but this is the best way to get the information out as fast as possible because all of my videos have been suppressed. They're not put out in front of people anymore on YouTube, which affects the bottom line with the ad revenue, which I didn't make a lot of money anyway, but the fact is, in order to find my stuff now, you have to specifically search for that topic. And there's not a lot of people out there specifically searching for what we bring. So, you can help again, and I'm going to say it one more time. Thank you. Please forward this to all your friends. Please forward this stuff to your family. Get everybody you know to subscribe to the channel. Again, I want to stick it to the man, YouTube. Force them to acknowledge this channel by sending the play button. In order to get that play button, it's 100,000 subscribers. So, I hope that you wouldn't mind helping me get to that, because I want to stick it to them. I mean, they've been sticking it to this channel for a couple months and other channels like me. Let's play it back on them. 42.5 minutes into this, I want to thank everybody for their time. I want to thank you all for your support. I get a ton of texts and tweets and Facebook messages now and emails, and I do read them all. Sometimes I can't get to them all in a short period of time. I mean, I'm looking right now at 761 emails still to be read, so it's tough. I'm getting to the point where I gotta actually try to bribe my wife to help me. We'll see. Hope she's not watching. But thank you all for your support. It means so much more than you guys and gals ever know. If you do know some ladies, guys, I'm talking to you. If you know some ladies that are getting into shooting, show them the channel. Not just mine. Show them every Second Amendment channel. They're the fastest growing demographic in the country right now for Second Amendment rights. They're getting licenses to carry at astronomical rates, in not just here in Massachusetts, but in every state. So we need their voice as well. We need everybody to be on the same team. And don't forget, just because the liberals are crazy, there are people who are Democrat that have guns that are not our enemy in this subject. All right, everybody can have their own point of view politically, but our rights are our rights. We need to be all on the same team. Okay. So get those emails going. Again, links in the description on the YouTube side. Click the link, put your information in. It'll send it up to your congressmen, your senators. Use that tool. There's one from the NRA side, and I got one on the GOA side as well. Use them both. They're slightly different. There are also other ways that you can do it. You can go on, like I said, the Facebook, the Twitter, and all that stuff. Search them. And get that taken care of. Don't delay. In fact, do it now. As I'm signing off, do it now. Thank you all. I appreciate it. If I can be of more service, let me know. If these videos are helping you, let me know. I appreciate it. Again, until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Good night, everybody. Take care.